Have you ever wondered if that tiny, seemingly insignificant coin rattling around in your drawer could be worth hundreds of dollars? Imagine stumbling upon a single cent from 1992, a regular-looking USA penny, and discovering it's actually valued at a staggering $350 in today's collector market. Now that's the kind of hidden treasure story that stops people in their tracks and makes them dive deep into their pockets and coin jars. Welcome to our channel, where we explore incredible coin stories that have gone viral, stunned collectors, and changed the lives of ordinary people. Today, we're taking you on a detailed, captivating, and jaw-dropping journey into the world of the 1992 USA 1-cent coin that, despite its humble face value, has managed to earn an almost mythical status in the numismatic world for fetching as much as $350 due to specific errors, historical context, rarity, and condition. The 1992 penny may look just like millions of others that were minted during the early 90s, bearing the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but certain editions, particularly the 1992 close AM variety, have transformed from spare change to collector's gold. What makes it so extraordinary is the fascinating error that occurred during the minting process, specifically, the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. While regular coins show a noticeable gap between the two letters, this rare variety known as the close AM has those letters nearly touching, a design that wasn't officially adopted until later years, making these transitional error coins highly sought after. Only a handful of these error coins were mistakenly released to the public before being noticed, and since then, they have become one of the most desirable targets for error coin hunters. But it's not just the AM spacing that attracts attention. Some 1992 pennies, especially those in pristine condition graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as mint state or proof quality, can command high prices at auctions. Imagine the shock of coin collectors and enthusiasts who thought they were just sorting through pocket change, only to realize they held a potential fortune in their hands. Stories of lucky individuals selling a single penny for hundreds of dollars continue to inspire millions to look closely at their own coins. Coin grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1992 penny. If your coin has sharp details, a strong strike, no signs of wear, and still carries its original luster, then you're in the game for serious valuation. But the magic doesn't stop there. These coins gain even more momentum and value when tied to specific die varieties and mint errors such as doubling on the obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or even minor die breaks. While the close AM variant was not supposed to be released that year, a few slipped through the cracks at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and now, with very few of them surviving in good condition, demand has soared. Coin collectors from around the world, numismatic investors, and auction houses are all on high alert when a 1992 close AM penny hits the market. In recent years, this particular coin has been auctioned for amounts well above the $300 mark, with some extremely high-grade specimens even approaching four-figure sums. The buzz surrounding the coin has led to viral videos, online forums flooded with questions, expert coin community discussions, and even live TikTok and YouTube events dedicated to hunting down these elusive copper-coated zinc treasures. Adding fuel to the fire is the intrigue about transitional design changes at the US Mint in the early 90s, a period marked by some inconsistency in die usage that led to a mix-up between business strike and proof dies, resulting in this close AM phenomenon. These types of minting anomalies aren't just mistakes, they're windows into the history of coin production and offer a tangible, collectible piece of American minting lore. But be warned, fakes and counterfeits exist, and it's important to authenticate and grade your coin properly through reputable services before assuming you've struck gold. The fascination doesn't stop at collectors. Teachers use these stories to explain economics and history, while social media influencers highlight the penny's value to gain millions of views. The 1992 penny has ignited a cultural coin collecting movement, pushing young and old alike to look at their change in a new light. From flea markets to eBay listings to professional auctions, the buzz has never been louder. With the rise of digital marketplaces and coin-specific communities, people are more informed and connected than ever before. Coin dealers are offering huge sums for verified 1992 close AM specimens, and coin grading services are experiencing a surge in submissions of earlier 90s cents for authentication. In the world of numismatics, it's not often that such a common denomination garners such attention. Usually, it's the silver dollars or gold coins, but this little copper penny has proven that rarity and error can trump face value in spectacular fashion. Imagine owning a coin that represents not just a monetary value, but a slice of American history, a tale of chance, rarity, and the meticulous art of coin making. The rush is real, the stakes are high, and the thrill of discovering one of these coins is as intense as striking oil. As more people become aware of this numismatic gem, its status grows, and so does the competition to find and own one. This coin isn't just worth $350 because of a random fluke, it's worth that much because of its story, its scarcity, and its magnetic appeal to collectors who understand that sometimes, the most valuable things in life are hiding in plain sight. So the next time you're handed a penny, don't overlook it. Flip it over, look at the spacing, check its date, study the details, and you might just be holding the next big find. This story reminds us that opportunity doesn't always come in flashy packaging, sometimes it's disguised as a beat-up old penny. And now that you've learned everything there is to know about the rare and sought-after 1992 USA 1-cent coin worth up to $350, make sure you take a moment to search your pockets, dig through your old jars, and inspect every coin that crosses your path, because your next great treasure might just be 1 cent away. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most exciting stories in coin collecting history and you want more discoveries, incredible valuations, and rare coin facts, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next big money find that could be sitting in your change right now. Next! Today we're diving deep into one such story that has taken the world of coin collectors and numismatists by storm, the mysterious and increasingly valuable 2010 1-cent coin that's been found in circulation with some incredibly rare errors, and now costs a jaw-dropping $132 because of those unusual mistakes and minting anomalies. And while a single cent might not sound like something that could be worth talking about, when you uncover the hidden truth behind the Denver-minted 2010 penny and understand the flaws, oddities, and rare conditions that have pushed its market value sky high in auctions and collector circles, you'll realize just how important it is to keep your eyes open for these seemingly ordinary coins that are actually historical treasures, because even in the era of digital finance and contactless transactions, a physical coin like the 2010 penny can tell a story of error, rarity, and unexpected fortune. So sit back and absorb every second of this story, because this penny's journey from the Denver Mint to your pocket change might just convince you to check every coin you come across with a magnifying glass and a fresh curiosity for what secrets it might hide, because the truth is that not all pennies are equal and some, like the 2010 hold secrets that even many experienced collectors missed until it was too late and values had already begun to rise on the secondary market. So let's get right into it by understanding what makes the 2010 1 cent coin so incredibly valuable and rare, starting with the basics. Yes, it is a standard Lincoln cent featuring the familiar shield reverse design introduced in 2010, the first year of this new reverse that replaced the Lincoln Memorial design used for decades, which already gives it some level of historical importance as the beginning of a new design era. And while tens of millions were struck that year at the Denver Mint, only a fraction of them exhibit the strange and valuable errors that have spark bidding wars and dealer intrigue, and these errors are not just surface-level scratches or minor dings, they are significant minting mistakes ranging from off-center strikes, die clashes, double dies, cuds, and misaligned dies to rare transitional planchette errors and anomalies in the plating process, all of which can dramatically increase the desirability and thus the value of this seemingly humble coin. And among the most talked about and sought-after versions of the 2010 penny are those with dramatic off-center strikes, where the die hits the planchette at a misaligned angle, sometimes leaving as much as 10 to 30% of the design off the flan, creating a crescent-shaped blank space that throws the whole image off balance and draws the eye instantly. And while off-center strikes can occur in various years, the 2010 version seemed to be particularly clean and dramatic, making them even more collectible. Then we have the double die varieties where portions of the design, most often in the motto "In God We Trust" or the word "Liberty" on the obverse, appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process, which is one of the most beloved and chased types of errors among collectors because of how easily they can be identified with the naked eye or low magnification and how rare they are to find in such clean examples. And even within the 2010 double die group, there are multiple different levels of doubling reported, with some showing subtle shadowing effects and others exhibiting strong doubling that jumps out immediately. And then we move to die cracks and cuds, which occur when parts of the die used to strike the coins begin to break down or develop flaws, leading to raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the finished coin that were never intended to be part of the design. And these cracks, especially when they form dramatic patterns across Lincoln's face or the shield, can make each affected coin unique, a one-of-a-kind collectible. And what's more, some 2010 pennies have been found with major die breaks near the rim, forming huge cuds that eat into the lettering or numerals, giving them the look of an incomplete or mutated coin that was never meant to leave the mint, and yet somehow it did, entering circulation and surviving long enough to be discovered by someone lucky or knowledgeable enough to notice. And there's also the matter of plating errors, because modern pennies are composed of a zinc core with a thin copper plating, and sometimes during the minting process, the copper layer is applied inconsistently or peels away, revealing the silvery zinc underneath in strange patterns. And in 2010 AD specimens, some collectors have found partial plating errors where the coin looks like it has been burned or scraped but is actually a natural minting error, and in rarer cases, the plating has blistered, bubbled, or left blank patches, making the coin appear half-finished or corroded but actually valuable. And let's not forget about the less common but still incredible transitional planchette errors, where coins were mistakenly struck on metal blanks meant for other denominations or years, such as a rare few 2010 AD pennies believed to have been struck on 98% copper planchets left over from previous test batches or old stock, giving them a different weight and look compared to standard zinc-based cents. And while confirmation of such transitional errors requires weighing the coin and possibly metallurgical analysis, they can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on the exact nature of the anomaly. And speaking of weight, savvy collectors often weigh their coins to find outliers. Normal 2010 AD cents should weigh about 2.5 grams, but those that weigh more could be struck on incorrect planchets, especially if they register closer to 3.1 grams like the older copper cents. And finding such a coin could turn into a jackpot situation, so don't overlook the scale as a critical tool in your hunt. And some 2010 AD coins have been found with misaligned dies or rotated dies, where the front and back designs don't line up perfectly as they should, making the coin spin like a lopsided top and creating a disorienting visual effect that's not only rare but fascinating to show off. And collectors love these because they're instantly obvious once you know what to look for, and they're exceedingly difficult to find in nice condition. And now let's talk about condition. Because the 2010 AD penny is a modern coin, most examples in circulation are beat up or tarnished, which is why high-grade error coins in uncirculated or mint-state condition are even more desirable, and it's not uncommon for MS65 or higher specimens with errors to command well over $100, even if the error itself isn't the most dramatic, because condition amplifies value tremendously. And now as more collectors enter the market and begin scouring their change for hidden treasures, the demand for coins like the 2010 AD with error characteristics continues to rise, and the limited supply of such pieces creates the perfect conditions for value growth, and auction houses have taken notice, with several error examples of the 2010 AD penny selling for $90, $115, $127, and even over $132 depending on error type, grade, and eye appeal. And as social media and online forums amplify the stories of lucky finds and unexpected fortune, more eyes are now trained on the 2010 AD than ever before, driving both hype and deeper investigations into the total range of possible errors, and stories of garage sales, estate collections, or pocket change finds turning up valuable 2010 AD errors are becoming increasingly common, showing that these coins are not just locked away in museums or vaults, they're still out there, waiting to be discovered by someone who simply knows what to look for. And that's the magic of numismatics. The idea that treasure might be hiding in plain sight, in your wallet, in your glove compartment, under your couch cushions. And this is why coin collecting is more alive than ever, because the thrill of the hunt combined with the chance of finding a valuable anomaly keeps the excitement fresh every day. And as new varieties and previously undocumented errors on the 2010 AD penny are being found, catalogued, and confirmed by third-party grading companies and error specialists, the interest in this coin continues to grow. So whether you're a veteran collector or a curious newcomer, the 2010 AD penny represents an accessible yet rewarding mystery worth exploring. And if you've got a 2010 AD penny, take a close look under good light, use a magnifier, weigh it, tilt it in the light, compare it to others, and if you spot doubling, misalignment, extra metal, missing details, strange colors, or off-center strikes, You might just be holding one of the rare error specimens worth $132 or more, and if not, don't worry, because they're still out there, and the next handful of change you get at the store could hold a treasure you never expected, which is exactly why coin collecting has continued to endure generation after generation. It combines history, art, mystery, and the potential for discovery in a way few hobbies can. So keep hunting, stay curious, and as always, if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coin errors and love learning about the hidden value in ordinary places, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about coins worth far more than face value, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to find a piece of hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. Today we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing and intriguing stories in the world of coin collecting, a tale that connects history, rarity, human error, and unexpected fortune, a story that begins with a simple 1970s D1 coin from the United States Mint, a coin that, to the untrained eye, might appear to be just another ordinary penny. Yet because of a stunning variety of minting mistakes and production flaws, it has shocked collectors and enthusiasts around the world by reaching an astonishing market value of up to $104, and as we unravel the extraordinary reasons why this small copper coin is now considered to be worth big money, we invite you to join us on a captivating journey through history, numismatics, and error discovery that will change the way you look at pocket change forever, because sometimes the most valuable artifacts aren't made of gold or silver, but are simple copper-plated coins with stories, secrets, and significance that reach far beyond their face value. And the 1970 D1 cent is a prime example of how a confluence of minting mistakes, design anomalies, historical context, and collector demand have turned what was once a humble Lincoln penny into a prized and often hotly contested gem in the collecting community. And it all begins with the Denver Mint, where in the year 1970, millions of Lincoln cents were struck and circulated. And yet among these seemingly countless coins were a few rare varieties and errors that would eventually become the stuff of legend, and while most people at the time paid little attention to their pocket change, dedicated collectors and coin specialists noticed subtle but significant flaws that pointed to minting mishaps, some of which had never been seen before or since on a Lincoln cent, and one of the most talked about anomalies of the 1970 D penny involves the famed double die obverse, a phenomenon in which the coin's obverse, or head side, was struck twice with slightly misaligned dies, creating a distinct doubling effect most prominently seen in the inscriptions such as "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1970, and this doubling, though not immediately evident without magnification, is crisp and dramatic enough to be unmistakable once noticed, and as a result, it has become one of the most sought-after varieties of this coin, often commanding high prices at auction. But the story doesn't end there, because some of these coins also feature RPM, or repunch mint marks, a specific kind of minting error where the letter D indicating the Denver Mint appears to have been struck more than once in slightly different positions, resulting in a ghost-like doubling of the mint mark that is particularly prized among collectors of RPM varieties, and such small imperfections, while technically minting mistakes, have ironically elevated these coins to elite status, making them far more valuable than their pristine counterparts, and beyond the double die and RPM varieties. The 1970s D penny also harbors several instances of off-center strikes, where the coin blank, or planchette, was misaligned in the striking chamber, resulting in an image that is shifted off the center, sometimes to a noticeable and dramatic degree, and such off-center strikes are considered rare and desirable, particularly when the date and mint mark remain fully visible. And then there are the broad strikes, in which the retaining collar that normally shapes the edge of the coin fails, causing the penny to spread wider than usual, resulting in a coin that is flatter, broader, and without a clearly defined rim. And while such errors may appear defective to the untrained eye, they represent a rare and specific production anomaly that significantly increases a coin's desirability and value among collectors, especially when paired with other errors. And let's not forget the occasional clipped planchette errors found on some 1970s D pennies, where a portion of the coin is missing due to the coin blank being improperly cut before striking, resulting in a distinctive crescent-shaped gap along the edge, another mistake that paradoxically makes the coin more valuable. And sometimes the most unusual errors come from die cracks and cuds, where the dies used to strike the coins begin to fracture or break, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the struck coin, creating truly one-of-a-kind varieties that no two collectors will ever find identical. And over time, as word spread among numismatists about the unusual number and variety of errors found in the 1970 D penny, demand began to skyrocket, particularly for high-grade examples certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and as more collectors sought out these rare and flawed coins, the price naturally rose, eventually reaching the astonishing price point of $104 for certain verified error specimens, and this rise in value is also fueled by the historical context of the coin itself, as the year 1970 was a time of transition, change, and tension in the United States, and coins from this era, particularly those that capture a glimpse of imperfection amidst an otherwise mechanized system, are often seen as artifacts of that historical moment, and for collectors who seek both the story and the scarcity, the 1970 D penny offers a compelling blend of both. And adding to its mystique is the fact that many of these errors were not publicly known or categorized until years later, meaning that for a long time, these coins circulated unknowingly in pockets and jars across the country, quietly hiding in plain sight, and now that their value has been recognized, the thrill of the hunt has taken hold, as people across the globe scour their old coin jars and change drawers in hopes of finding one of these tiny treasures. And part of what makes the 1970 D penny story so captivating is that it challenges our assumptions about worth. Because in a world where value is often associated with perfection, this coin reminds us that flaws, when rare and significant, can create immense worth, and this shift in perspective is part of why coin collecting continues to fascinate people across generations. And while some may scoff at the idea of a penny being worth over $100, collectors understand that rarity, error, and demand are the true engines of value in the numismatic world, and that even the smallest coins can carry the greatest stories. And so as we look closely at the intricate dance of human craftsmanship and mechanical precision that defines the minting process, we also come to appreciate how even a slight deviation, a misaligned die, a repunched mint mark, a fractured tool, can give birth to something exceptional, something collectible, something immensely valuable. And it's also worth noting that as time goes on, the number of known error specimens tends to shrink, as coins are lost, damaged, or absorbed into permanent collections, further increasing the scarcity and thus the value of those that remain. And this trend only reinforces the idea that holding on to one of these error-laden 1970 D pennies is not just a matter of collecting, it's an investment, and a potentially lucrative one at that. And with grading services continuing to authenticate and encapsulate coins at record numbers, the emphasis on confirmed errors and high-grade preservation has never been greater. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just now discovering the world of coin collecting, the 1970 D1 cent stands as a powerful reminder that history, chance, and detail can transform a single cent into a valuable relic. And as more people begin to understand and appreciate the intricacies of minting errors and varieties, we can expect interest in coins like the 1970 D penny to continue growing, driving prices even higher and further elevating its status as a key piece in modern American numismatics. So don't be surprised if what once looked like an average penny turns out to be the most exciting discovery in your coin jar, because the next great error coin could be sitting unnoticed in your home right now. And as always, if you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history, rarity, and value, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss out on more amazing stories, updates, and hidden gems from the world of numismatics. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck searching for that elusive and valuable 1970s D penny.